Hi everybody. Anything happened to you when you use Midjourney or maybe in any other AR art generator where you ask yourself, well, what I'm going to do now? And you try to think and you think about crazy ideas and then you don't know what to do, you just write cat. Well, I'm just exaggerating, but basically, if you want to get inspired, one of the best things to do is just go to Midjourney website where you can see what others are doing. There are lots of keywords there, and you can of course continue and creating from that point. You just take different keywords and use your own. It's amazing. But there another option which you can use is stock photography website, which are great, by the way, for getting some inspiration and kind of a harvest those very important keywords, because it's all about writing text. So here, for example, I wrote a few things, all of them taken from descriptions or titles from stock photography websites. But it's not all. Sometimes I need to add that extra. This actually, I'm kind of directing the image. So sometimes when stock photography artists upload their photos, they give short descriptions. Something is not too descriptive, especially when I want to describe the mood and everything within. It's very important for AR art generators. So I need to add things on my own. For example, this is just the description. So I just added fantastical, dramatic lighting, like volumetric lighting, angelic. I try to add extra over, for example, the description was a man encountering a legendary deer. All right, I really like the image, the composition, but I added dramatic, intricate detail, creepy, atmospheric, amazing lighting, volumetric lighting, angelic, to get something like that. All right. Yeah, so again, there are many things you can do, and I'm just going to show you an example so you can see what I mean, and then I'm going to explain in more detail how to do it. So now we are in iStock by Getty Images, all right? And this is a stock photography website, very popular one, and there are plenty of images. Just went and wrote fantasy because I really like fantasy image. I mean, aren't we all? And basically, the good thing about this particular website is that, well, you're going to find lots of important keywords, and it's very easy to find things that you might want to focus on. For example, I just wrote fantasy and I can find fairy tale, fantasy background, some other related searches that are popular probably among those who are searching for stock photography images. And I can find things about all color, mood, orientation, and other type of stuff, all right, that I want. So if I want, for example, vertical, horizontal, and I can find similar image if I like something. And if I click an image, you can find that in the title, you're going to find title here. Let's forget about this part, but you can find the title and also description. But this description is not too extensive, but there are some that are very detailed. Well, not here, but you can see a magic door in the forest with bright glowing lights. All right, so you can find keywords that are very descriptive. I couldn't probably describe it like that, and probably Midjourney will really understand well this description. But if I try and I like vocabulary, this is a great thing for me. All right, and I can take a look at both the title and the description. Some of them can be very descriptive. All right, and if, for example, I go here and I scroll down, I can find more images that are kind of similar. All right, similar images. So it's like you are generating art alike, all right? But, very quickly you can see all the related images. Of course, it's not AI, it's stock photography. And if you want to really use it, you need to buy those images. So you can actually find more and just go and from that point on continue until you find the really image that you like. Now, the thing is that, again, I'm talking about description and this one. I'm not talking using the images. This is stock photography. If you want to use the image for anything, you need to buy it. However, the thing is that you can maybe import it as a reference, but even then, because it's stock photography, I don't think it's actually something acceptable or allowed. But I'm going to show you how you can do this, let's say in other stock photography, which actually free for commercial use. And let's go to Pixabay. So Pixabay, again, is something similar, but again, less of the description that you're going to find in iStock photo, but still you're going to find a title, all right? And also you're going to find here you can see keywords. But here, because it's, you see, pixel license free for commercial use, and basically you won't get into trouble using this. Again, I don't know what about bringing external images to Midjourney when it comes to, copyrighted material. Obviously, that's not something that I want to do, and I'm not, of course, encouraging it. So basically, if you want to do something like that, I recommend checking out Pixabay. And as you can see here, you can find different images, you can search, and what you can do is just right-click on the image and just copy the image URL and then use it as image URL in Midjourney. And let's just do it right now. Both two options, one from iStock photo without importing the image, and one from Pixabay with importing the image. All right, so first of all, let's just use this external image with some of the keywords here. All right, and we need to compose it because it's not too descriptive. So let's do it in Midjourney. All right, so here you can see I'm using the image. I just use the external image, but just copying the link. And I just write something that are described with the image. Yell with surprising face, opening a magical book with glitter glowing particle flying outwards. By the way, it's not a good description. Anyway, I gave it the image, so I get kind of the same kind of because it's a reference to what Midjourney needs to search for. It's quite good. I try another one here and another one. This was better, by the way, with glitter bursting out of the book upwards. I try to be more precise with my wording. And actually, it was really cool. And this one as well. Keep in mind, right now is the time of making this video. I wanted to make it more realistic, go with Tast, but Tast doesn't accept image URL, external images right now, so it's not possible. So probably if I want to really to get something more similar to that and go with something more realistic, I need to use Tast or TestP, but again, it's not available, so I use the default one. But as you can see, I got something really nice. So it really helped me out to get this thing in just a few tries. Sometimes you need to even refresh, and if I refresh, I'm probably going to get something even better. But again, just a few tries with a reference image, with some of the keywords that I saw there in this stock photography website, I was able to get something really cool. Next thing, for example, like stock photo, I'm going to explain. You can bring keywords and some descriptive things into Midjourney to help you describe things. Some of the keywords you probably don't know, and just describe things well better than you can, and it's good for the image that you're actually seeing. And you can just bring in and your own, for example, just edit things to compose the image, like, I want it to be dramatic, fantasy, cinematic. It's not actually in the description there, and I needed to edit myself. Here's another one, man encountering legendary deer. All right, so yeah, this is a nice description, and I just added my own things to make it as I wanted it to be based on what I've seen in those stock photography. It's not in the description, it's not in the title. So, but again, these things repeat themselves so much in Midjourney. So things that are very popular, like volumetric lighting, dramatic light, all these things that you're going to repeat, they're very descriptive wording, and you're going to use them a lot. So you probably know them. If not, by the way, I recommend putting a notepad, writing those down. If you ever need to use them again, you know them. You can just go through it and just say, all right, I want to use this one. Yeah, definitely this one as well. It's pretty good, especially if you focus on certain type of image styles, art direction. And right, again, I'm adding my stuff and other properties, by the way, aspect ratio. I can increase the style if I want to. And again, but basically, stock photography website are a really great place to find important keywords that can be very useful. If you are lacking the keywords, you don't know how to describe your art, it can be very, very useful. And the cool thing about, for example, things like iStock photo is it's arranged in a way that you can actually find images that you are looking for. It's actually designed in such a smart way that it will give you kind of a lot of view of control into finding the perfect image that you are actually looking for based on what you already see. So you just a fantasy, and then you can just dip down, drill down until you find the images that are just perfect, and you want to recreate something with that inspiration inside Midjourney. So yeah, so that's my recommendation to you. A few tips. If you want to get inspired, you're lacking keywords, those stock photography websites are an amazing place to get inspired visually by looking at images. And also there are lots of important keywords that you're either missing or you don't know how to describe certain things that you can learn, get inspired by, and use them in Midjourney to create amazing art. And of course, if it's a free photography website and it's allowed, you can actually use the image as a reference in Midjourney to again give just a hint to Midjourney, so it will render image close to actually what you see in the image. So the combination of the wording and the external image can yield very, very interesting results, probably close to what you've seen. But again, you can also continue directing it using extra keyboard, changing the aspect ratio. Again, Midjourney gives you lots of tools and different render directions in order to create an art in the way that you want it to look. But again, getting inspired by using some of the other things that you see on the web. And this is it. I hope you enjoyed this one. Consider leaving a like if you find this one useful. And if you did use it and you got inspired by it, let me know if it worked well for you. And that's it. I see you in the next video, and also consider maybe subscribing to my channel. I see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers.